Good afternoon to all. Welcome all of you. So today we are here to discuss regarding the National Education Policy, that is 2020. As we all know that education is a key aspect for achieving the full human potential, developing a great society and promoting national development. So today we will discuss about the India's new National Education Policy. This policy is the first education policy of the 21st century and aims to address the growing developmental imperatives of our country. This policy proposes the revision of all the aspects of the education structure, including its regulation, governance, and to create a new system that is aligned with the desiring goals of the 21st century education while building upon the India's traditions and value systems. So let's discuss about the vision of the policy now. As you can see, this policy visualizes an education system deeply rooted in Indian ethos, which has the capability to provide the high quality education to compete in the global world. The curriculum and the pedagogy must develop a sense of respect towards the fundamental and the Constitution of India duties to have the deep bond with the country. The vision of the policy is to inspire among the learners so that they can develop a sense of pride, respect for the country, and be responsible for the human rights. Sustainable development, global well-being, thereby reflecting a truly global citizenization. So let's discuss regarding the key principles of this NEP, that is the National Education Policy 2020. The purpose of the education system is to develop good human beings capable of logical thought and action, carrying humanity, warmth, and courage. It aims at producing engaged, productive, and contributing citizens for building a great society as featured by our Constitution. Some key principles are respect for the diversity and local context, equity and inclusion, community participation, use of technology, critical thinking and creativity, unique capabilities, emphasize conceptual understanding, continuous review. So this policy features that the current 10+2 structure in the school education will be modified with the new pedagogical and curricular restructuring of 5+3+3+4, covering ages 3 to 18 as shown in the representative figure. So currently, children in the age group of 3 to 6 are not covered in 10+2 structure, as class 1 begins at the age 6. In the new 5+3+3+4 structure, a strong base of early childhood care and education from age 3 is included, which is aimed at promoting better overall learning, development, and well-being. So there are 4 stages. First one is the foundational stage, which will include play and activity-based learning. Preparatory stage, that will include play, discovery, activity-based, and interactive classroom learning. Middle stage, experiential learning in the sciences, mathematics, arts, social science, and humanities. The last one is the secondary stage that will include greater critical thinking, multidisciplinary study, flexibility, and student choice of subjects. So the shift to competency-based teaching, learning, and assessment, it will promote critical and creative thinking aligned to the 21st century in the classrooms, shifting traditional assessments to the competency-focused, track student progress comprehensively and frequently, design tools and resources to acquire learning and outcomes. So there are salient features of the stages in the school. So in the foundational stage, there will be play or activity-based learning, focus on the good behavior, courtesy, personal and public hygiene, cleanliness, focus on teamwork and cooperation. Preparatory stage, gradual transition from play-based learning to the more formal classroom learning. Interactive teaching learning will be there. Emphasis on the reading, writing, and speaking skills. Introduction of subjects including physical education, art, languages, science, and mathematics. Middle stage, subject-oriented pedagogical and curricular methodology, subject teachers for learning, discussion of the more abstract concepts in each subject across the sciences, mathematics, arts, social science, and humanities. The high school stage, that is the secondary stage, it will focus on 4 years of multidisciplinary study that will include greater depth, greater critical thinking, greater attention to the life aspirations. Greater flexibility and student choices will be there. More exposure to the subjects and that will have greater flexibility, more frequent assessment of modules. Early childhood care and education, that is ECCE, the foundation of learning. Over 85% of the child's brain development occurs prior to the age of 6. At the moment, quality ECCE is not available to the young children, particularly children from socioeconomical disadvantaged backgrounds. Strong investment in ECCE has the potential to give all the young children access, enabling them to participate and flourish in the educational system throughout their lives. Universal provisioning of quality early childhood development, care, and education must be achieved as soon as possible and no later than 2020 to ensure that all students entering grade 1 are school ready. ECCE curriculum and pedagogy development will be there. It will aim at attaining the optimal outcome in the domain of physical and motor development, socio-emotional development will be there, cultural, artistic development, and the development of the communication and the early languages. It will also aim at introducing a preparatory class before class 1 for the children of age 5 years. Learning shall be play-based learning with the focus of developing. Attainment of foundational literacy and numeracy by grade 3 in the mission mode. This ability to read and write and perform basic operations with numbers is a necessary foundation and indispensable prerequisite for all future schooling and lifelong learning. However, various governmental as well as the non-governmental surveys indicate that we are currently in the learning crisis. A large proportion of students currently in the elementary school. Attaining foundational literacy and numeracy for all the children will thus become an urgent national mission with immediate measures to be taken on many fronts and with clear goals that will be attained in the short term. The highest priority of the education will be to achieve universal foundational literacy and numeracy in the primary school by 2025. The rest of the policy will become relevant for our students only if this most basic learning requirement is reading, writing, arithmetic at the foundational level. So this is to be achieved first. To this end, a national mission on the foundational literacy and numeracy will be set up by the Ministry of Human Resource Development on priority. Accordingly, all the government, the state and union governments will immediately prepare an implementation plan for attaining universal foundation policy, literacy and numeracy in all the primary schools, identifying the state-wise targets and goals to be achieved by 2025 and closely tracking and monitoring the progress of the same. Curtailing dropout rates and ensuring universal access to the education at all levels. So one of the primary goals of the school system must to be ensure that children are enrolled in and are attaining a school. So it will provide regular trained teachers at each stage. Special care shall be taken to ensure that no school remains deficient on the infrastructure support, universal participation in the school by carefully tracking students as well as their learning levels in order to ensure that they are enrolled in and attending the school and have suitable opportunities to catch up and re-enter the school in case they have fallen behind or dropped out. Community partnership in terms of expertise and infrastructural support, scope of school education will be broadened to facilitate multiple pathways to the learning involving both formal and non-formal education modes. So there are certain highlights of the pedagogical structure. So let's look at them. Competency-based education will be there, integration of subjects, development of scientific temper, no silos among subjects or learning, emphasis on the digital literacy, promotion of multilingual teachings. Encouraging 21st century skills in the classroom, so that will include digital literacy, problem solving will be there, communication, critical thinking among the students, creativity, health and fitness, social responsibility, ethics, scientific temper, and collaboration. Introduction of the contemporary subjects in the NEP 2020, that is artificial intelligence, holistic health, data science. Year-long course during grade 6 to 8. So this will aim at surveying and hands-on experience of a sampling of the important vocational crafts such as carpentry, electric work, metal work, gardening, pottery making, etc. It will be decided by the states and local communities and as mapped by the local skilling needs. Mathematical and computational thinking. So this policy aims at increasing emphasis throughout the school years, starting with the foundational stage. Use of variety of innovative methods will be there that will include the regular use of puzzles, games that makes the mathematics thinking more enjoyable and engaging. Introduction of activities involving coding in the middle stage. Emphasis on the vocational education. So 10 days back, less period during grade 6 to 8, students will intern with the local vocational experts such as carpenters, gardeners, potters, artistics, etc. Internship opportunities to learn vocational subjects throughout the grade 6 to 12, vocational courses through the online mode, periodic exposure to the activities outside school through like meeting local artists and craftsmen. Vocational courses to be offered through ODL mode, that is open and distance learning. By 2025, at least 50% of the learners shall have exposure to the vocational education. Knowledge of India. Knowledge from the ancient India and its contribution to modern India and its successes and challenges. Engaging course on the Indian knowledge systems in the secondary school as an elective subject. Competitions in the schools for learning various topics, subjects through fun and indigenous games. Video documentaries in the science curriculum. Students to visit different states as a part of cultural exchange programs. Knowledge of critical issues facing local communities, states. Health education. So this policy aims at providing the health education, that is basic training in health, including the preventive health measures, mental health and well-being, nutrition, personal and public hygiene and first aid, damaging the effects of alcohol, tobacco and other drugs in the policies are also mentioned. Leveraging the power of multilingualism and the language learning, children whose primary language is not the language of the instruction in the school are more likely to be drop out of the school or fail in the early grades. So therefore, mother tongue or the home language as a part of the instruction medium, wherever possible, it will be included until at least till grade 5. That is preferably till at least grade 8. The language of India will include a fun project activity in the schools to familiarize with the diversity of languages in the country. National Curriculum Framework for School Education and Textbooks. The formulation of a new and comprehensive national curriculum framework for school education will be undertaken by the NCERT. It will be based on the principles of this education policy 2020 and it will be made available in all the regional languages. All textbooks shall aim to contain the essential core material that will be the important on the national level, but at the same time, it will contain any undesired or nuances, supplementary materials as per local context and needs. So wherever there will be possibility, schools and teachers will have also choices in the textbooks they will employ. From among a set of textbooks, they contain the requisite national and local material. Next is transforming assessment for student development. The aim of assessment is focusing on shifting from rote memorization skills to formative and is more competency assessment. It will promote learning and development of the student. It will test the higher order skills of the students, such as analysis, critical thinking, and conceptual clarity. Assessment for learning optimize learning and development for all students. This will be the underlying principle for assessment at levels of the education. Transforming assessments and tracking the students' progress across the school years. The progress card will be holistic, that is 360-degree. It will test. The key features of the assessment are test core concepts, conduct assessments for all school, student data is anonymized, public disclosure by the schools of the overall outcomes, use data or continuous monitoring and improvement. Redesigning report cards to assess holistic development of each child. So the aim of the assessment is to shift the repetitive memorization skills to the one that is more regular and formative. The progress card of all the students for school-based assessment, which is communicated by the schools to the parents, will be completely redesigned. The progress card will be holistic, 360-degree, multi-dimensional report that reflects in great detail the progress as well as the uniqueness of each learner in the cognitive, affective, and psychomotor domains. It will include self-assessment and peer assessment and the progress of the child in project-based and inquiry-based learning, quizzes, role plays, group work, portfolios, etc., along with the teachers. The progress card would also provide teachers and parents with valuable information how to support each student in and out of the classroom. Regarding the guidelines for the assessment, guidelines will be prepared by the NCERT in consultation with the major stakeholders such as Board of Assessments, National Assessment Center for School Education, etc. Transformation in the assessment system by 2022-23 academic session to align with the National Curriculum Framework for the School Education 2020-21. National Assessment Center for School Education, that is NACSE. So this center will advise the school boards regarding number one, new assessment patterns and latest researches, for promoting the collaborations between the school boards, to become an instrument for sharing of best practices between the school boards about shifting their assessment patterns towards meeting the skill requirements of the 21st century with the stated objectives of this policy. Equitable and Inclusion Education, National Education Policy 2020. Education is the single greatest tool for achieving the social justice and equality. So that's why NEP seeks to bridge the gender and social category gaps in all levels of school education. NEP 2020 aims to ensure that no child loses any opportunity to learn and excel because of the circumstances. Special emphasis will be given on socially and economically disadvantaged groups, that is SCDGs, which include gender, socio-culture, and geographical identities and disabilities. This includes setting up of gender inclusion funds and also special education zones for disadvantaged regions and groups. Children with disabilities will be enabled to fully participate in the schooling process from the foundational stage to the higher education with support of the educators with cross-disability training, resource centers, accommodations, assistive devices, appropriate technology-based tools, and other support mechanisms tailored to suit their needs. How to ensure equitable and inclusive education? So there are some points. So let's look at them. Increase the participation of SCDJs in the schooling system will be strengthened. It will declare for the educationally disadvantaged. Free boarding facilities will be built. A gender inclusion fund for girls and transgenders will be there. Inclusion and equal participation of the children with the disabilities will be according to the highest priority. Home-based education will be the choice for children who are unable to go to the school. Teachers must be helped to identify such learning disabilities early and plan specifically for their mitigation. Urgent need for additional special educators for certain areas of school education. Opening NCC wings in the secondary and higher secondary schools will be encouraged. Special attention will be given to reduce the disparities for the scheduled castes and the scheduled tribes. Alternative forms of the schools will be encouraged in order to preserve the traditions or the alternative pedagogical styles. Human values such as empathy, tolerance, human rights, gender equality, and equality will be the part of curriculum. Efficient resourcing and effective governance through school complexes clusters. It will ensure the adequate number of counselors, trained social workers, and teachers for teaching all the subjects. So the various subjects will include art, music, science, sports, languages, vocational subjects, etc. It will also ensure adequate resources such as library, science labs, computer labs, skill labs, playgrounds, sports equipment, facilities, etc. to ensure a sense of community is built to overcome the isolation of the teachers, students, and schools through the joint professional development programs, cooperation and support across the schools for the education of the children with disabilities, improved governance of the schooling system by devolving all final decisions to the principals, teachers, and all other stakeholders within each group of schools and treating such a group of schools with the range. National education policy, so there are certain initiatives by the CBSE, standard setting and accreditation for the school education, NEP on standard settings and accreditation. A self-regulation on the system will be instituted for all stages of private, public to ensure the compliance with the essential quality standards. A minimal set of standards based on the basic parameters, namely safety, security, infrastructure, number of teachers, financial probity, and so sound processes of the governance should also be followed by all schools. States will set up an independent statewide body called the State School Standards Authority, that is SSSA. Dimensions and the format of disclosure will be decided by the SSSA. SCRT to develop a SQAAF, that is School Quality Assessment and Education Framework through wide consultations. Key features of this are for setting the CBSE schools, that is self-assessment tool for the schools to review their performance against predefined indicators, easily implementable, transparent, and objective tool, focuses on enhancement of quality, recognition of excellence, promotion of accountability, and benchmarking schools across a range of descriptors or indicators of assessment. CBSE has developed a comprehensive framework termed as School Quality Assessment and Assurance. The disclosure will be at school level based on the proficiency of the school. Technical documents and standards has been prepared. Transforming assessments and examination. A key stage assessment in the class 3, 5, and 8 pilot in the selected schools will be conducted in 2021 and 22. Holistic report card for CBSE schools is being prepared. 500 competency-based test items measurements of each learning to be prepared. Pilot will be done in the beginning of the April or May 2021 or as and when school reopens. It will be implemented on the larger scale in 2022 or 23. An online system is also being developed. CBSE has set up a center for assessment. It will prepare the standards linked to the learning outcomes, assessment framework, item development guidelines. Digital assessment unit is also being set up. Work initiated on the development of the question bank for the competency-based items for classes 6 to 10 in the major subjects, and it will also be available on the Diksha app. Initiatives for capacity building of teachers. CBSE offers generic as well as subject-specific teacher training programs. Same will be aligned to cater to the need of newly recruited teachers. Induction program will be initiated in the year 2022. CBSE has its policy on in-service teacher training. This has been modified to make 50 hours mandatory CPD, that is capacity building per year for teachers, increasing it from existing 35 hours. CBSE will prepare small 10 minutes mock classroom demonstrating a good class practice for experiential joyful learning. The board has introduced experiential learning, competency-based education, art and sport integrated education. All schools are mandated to follow inclusive education to provide conducive learning to all the students. The board has published 36 manuals to handhold teachers and trainings of teachers on new pedagogies, classroom management, inclusive education, and subjects using 32 training manuals developed by CBSE are being conducted. Work is going on for developing 5 foundational and numeracy training modules, which will be used for training the teachers in online and blended mode. Curricular initiatives are number 1, art and sports integrated education, principals as pedagogical leaders and preparation of annual pedagogical plans, implementation of experiential learning pedagogies like arts, sports and integrated, storytelling and gaming, mathematical and Hindi at 2 levels, English and Sanskrit will also be introduced at the 2 levels from the session 2021-22. Introduction of 9 vocational courses of 12-hour duration in the classes 6 to 8 in 2020 will also be there. Ensuring competency-based education in schools. Mandatory adoption of learning outcomes by the CBSE schools. Creative and critical thinking practiced tests, informal assessments through student enrichment activities, and introduction of case-based studies questions in the question paper design. Mandatory online training on experiential learning and competency-based education. Development of resource material, handbook on experiential learning, teachers' resource for achieving terms. Student enrichment activities. So there will be Aryabhatta Ganit Challenge, Heritage India Quiz, Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat, CBSE Science Challenge, Science Exhibition, Hello India, Expression Series already going in the school, Reading Challenge. Expectations from the school. So what does the NEP expect from the school? Focus on core essentials for learning outcomes. So it will focus on the foundational skills in the lower grades. It will map the curriculum across grades and subjects with the defined LOs. Focused on practical and application-based learning, experiential learning, and enhancing creative and critical thinking skills of the students. Enable teachers to design such experiential and application-based activities which will enhance the creative and critical thinking skills and other desired skills among the students. Stress on the importance of foundational skills of literacy and numeracy. So it will transform teaching strategies or adopt innovative teaching strategies to develop, strengthen, and achieve these foundational skills by grade 3. Focus on an early age on reading, writing and learning of basic mathematical concepts. It will also bring changes in the classroom teaching in the alignment with the NEP 2020. Define or adopt learning outcomes and link assessment with the define. It will also adopt experiential learning pedagogies. It will integrate the subject and technology to create a holistic learning experience for students. Integrate the component of digital literacy, scientific temper and computational linking, It will plan the lessons grounded in the real life situations and plan to promote multilingualism. Expectations from the schools. Number 4 point is it will bring changes in the assessment pattern. So this will include adoption of the varied modes of assessment, focus more on assessment as and for learning, align assessment practices with the defined and focus on achievement of desired competences, carry out holistic 360-degree assessment, that is overall assessment of the student in the cognitive, affective, and psychomotor domains, design or create multidimensional or holistic report card reflecting the uniqueness of each child in the cognitive, affective, and psychomotor domains. It will also plan to track learning of each child. Remove separations between the subjects and disciplines. So in this case, the policy will adopt holistic educational approach by removing hard separations between the arts and sciences, curricular and co-curricular activities, academic and vocational streams. Vocational training to students, as mentioned in the National Education Policy, one bagless day can be planned for the hands-on training of the vocational subjects, popularize and offer vocational courses or trainings to the students. Enable, assess, and retention. Track each child and ensure there should be no dropouts. Help each child to continue the education through RTE entitlements. Enhance and enrich student learning through innovative pedagogy. Maintain inclusive and clean infrastructure. Monitor or track health status of the children through periodic health checkup. Self-audit on the school quality assurance and framework. It will disclose all financial, academic, and operational matters as expected from the school by SFSA. Providing enabling resources both to students and teachers, ensuring that all the students at all levels of the school education are taught by passionate, motivated, highly qualified, professionally trained, and well-equipped teachers. Recruiting qualified teachers as per the NCTE regulations. Ensure capacity building at all levels. So this policy aims at building capacities of school management, heads, teachers, staff, parents, community or volunteers. Minimum 50 hours CPD per year for heads and teachers. Mentoring of the teachers will be there. NISHTA needs to be compulsorily completed by all teachers. Training regular teachers to teaching some appropriate vocational subjects and training of the vocational teachers. Training of the teachers will be in identifying and recognizing or nurturing unique potential of every child, curriculum and pedagogy of ECCE, use of technology platforms such as Swayam or Diksha, basic health indicators to look out for and monitor in children, teaching Indian languages, shifting teaching learning from rote to the inquiry-based, critical thinking, cognitive learning, and applied methods. It will also give a teacher training in assessing as learning and assessment for learning. Implementation of holistic progress card will be there. Creation of safe and secure learning environment in the school, time tested as well as new pedagogies will also be introduced. Engaging with the parents and community for a positive learning environment. So we have to inform the parents about the expected learning outcomes, portfolios, home assignments, etc. Sanitize parents of children with physical and learning disabilities, first generation learners, make home visits if possible and necessary, arrange workshops on the parenting and particularly on the exam related anxieties for the stress boosters, encourage with the parents to deal with the substance abuse, sexual orientations and other issues regarding with the adolescence age, constantly send information about the activities in the school and child's progress, send portfolios back to the parents for review and feedback, inform parents about what kind of assistance can be given to the child and type of assistance the child needs at home for the learning. Newsletters, emails, or blogs can be at the regular feature. Let parent be the volunteer for the visits, sports, art exhibitions, annual functions, school magazines, etc. Have parent representatives for the PTMs. Organize specific events for parents only. Involve parents in the community outreach work undertaken by the school. Teachers and teacher education policy. So there will be 4-year integrated B.Ed course, minimum degree qualification for the teaching that includes student teaching at local schools by 2030. 2-year B.Ed for the applicants with an existing bachelor degrees in other specialized subjects, and 1-year B.Ed for those who have completed the equivalent of 4-year multidisciplinary bachelor's degree or have obtained a master's degree in the specialty. Teachers and teacher education. There will be national professional standards for the teachers that will be developed by 2022. The professional standards will be reviewed and revised in 2030, and thereafter every 10 years on the basis of rigorous analysis of the efficiency of the quality 4-year integrated B.Ed programs, transparency in the transfers through online computerized systems,